Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining me on an absolutely beautiful late spring beach clean day. I will take this weather 10 out of 10 times. It's a little chilly, but it's gonna warm up as we get out here. Anyways, yeah, today I'm at a local beach again, and I wanted to look for something that I found in the past, and I don't know why I haven't done a full beach clean video on it, which is or are dental hygiene products, which sounds kind of weird saying it out loud. You might wonder how many dental hygiene products I can actually find while beach cleaning, but you'd be surprised. And so I want to see if I just focus on that, exactly what I can get, and maybe talk a little bit about how that ends up on the beach, right? Because that's usually not what you normally associate with ending up on the beach, right? You think bottles, cans, bags, those sorts of things, but I find plenty of this other weird stuff too, and it's worthwhile trying to kind of wrap our heads around. I think, like, well, what's that doing here? How did that get there, right? So yeah, we're just gonna walk around this cove. I know a really trashy spot on the other side of that hill there, where we'll probably be able to find a fair amount of different dental hygiene type stuff. So this should be maybe an interesting video for that reason. We'll see. You never know. Once I set out, I might switch into something totally different if I start finding a lot of bottle caps or shotgun shells or something like that. But that's what I'm looking for now. So I got my picker, my coffee, and we'll find a bag along the way. I didn't bring a bag, but alas, even with plastic bag vans, I can find them, or I can find something similar enough that I can toss my trash in. So yeah, let's keep going and see what we can uncover, what trash treasures are out there. All right, here we go. Free, perfectly good beach clean trash bag. So, pro beach cleaning tip: if you are at a beach like this one and it looks pretty beautiful along this stretch, and you're disappointed, oddly enough, because you wanted to come and pick up trash, just look a little bit farther inland, even just a few feet above the high tide line, in the dunes and reeds and that sort of stuff. And I don't know if you can really see it, but there's all sorts of plastic littered within here, bottle caps, those sorts of things. So a lot of this gets overlooked. As I mentioned, people normally think plastic bags, cans, that sort of stuff, but the little pieces often get overlooked, especially as they get churned up in this, reedy, weedy type of stuff. But I'm gonna get out of this because it's also tick season, I just remembered. So don't go too far into those types of weeds and reeds. Just really kind of close to the water type stuff if you're going to go in at all. Stay out of the green grass, at least if you live by where I do in New York, but a lot of other parts of the country too. A lot of tick problems growing, so be careful with that. But that's why I have the trash picker. I have that reach in for me. Yeah, you can see a little bit better what I was just saying in this narrow patch right here. Just wrappers, caps, all that sort of nasty, gnarly stuff tangled up in there. Otherwise beautiful, but that stuff's in here. All right, here's what we're talking about. Check this out. I call these mouth fiddles or teeth fiddles, and you find quite a lot of these. I was getting a little worried because I was finding everything else that I normally find, as I was saying before, but not this type of dental stuff. But I know they're out here because I've seen them, so I'm really curious. I think I'm gonna try to hike for like an hour and see how many of these I can get, but that's one, so I'm gonna count the hour, start it from now, and see, going around to that more trash side of the cove, like I said, how many more of these I can get to. And I'll talk, as I mentioned as well, along the way, of how and why I think these are maybe ending up on the beach. Maybe a little different than you suspect, but they're definitely ending up here. So I would imagine I'll get a few more at least, but hey, you never know, we'll see. that. That looks like a toothbrush handle to me. I'm gonna call that a dental hygiene product for sure. Let's put that in the bag too. This is so exciting. Look at all my friends who have come out to help me clean. Look at that. It's like that song, the Christmas song. I got birds coming out of my ears here. All right, let's keep walking. There's some fine cutlery too. Not what we're looking for, but this will be another cleanup video. Cutlery, plenty of that out here as well. Oh, here we go. Among the reeds, fiddle number 2. You know, it's crazy. I've done beach cleanups where I just focus on face masks before, especially during the peak of COVID times. And there were days where I'd come out to this exact beach and find at least easily a dozen. Sometimes I think my record was like 20 something face masks in one beach cleanup. I really don't find that many anymore. I just found a couple, but that's exceedingly rare now, honestly, to even see one. I just think it's interesting how the times that we live in are reflected in the trash that we leave behind and that we can't find. I can go to the beach and tell you, if you hit me on the head and I woke up, to some extent maybe what year it is, you know? If you did that to me and I woke up and I saw all these face masks, I would know, oh, it's 2020, 2021, maybe 2022, depending on how degraded the masks were that I was finding. So I think of myself as a trashyologist. Maybe a little bit in that way, but just thought that was interesting to think about in context to some of this other garbage we find out here. So sort of a good news, bad news situation, and I guess it's the same thing. The fact that they have these large stretches of the beach roped off for nesting birds, which is of course great. As I believe they're endangered species or protected species, whatever the case is. But that just means we can't go in there to get more trash, and I can see the trash right in there. So that might be a blessing in disguise because, as I mentioned earlier, it gets a little ticky this time of season, and we don't want to tango with that. So we'll have to get back into those patches when it's cooler weather and all our friends are done nesting for the season. But there's still plenty of beach to stroll along. So I'm gonna keep going. There's a couple beaches up down the shore that I know are trash too. So there's no shortage of stretches that we can check out. So we're gonna keep going and see what else we can find. Oh, got another. Oh yeah, that's a tooth fiddle if I've ever seen one. So I'm not sure where all these are coming from. And like I said, I haven't found a lot today, but I found many more in the past. You know, I think some of them are definitely people maybe flossing their teeth at the beach. I don't know, you have a barbecue or picnic or something. But it's probably much more likely people in their cars picking at their teeth and tossing them or dropping them even. I call that incidental ocean trash sometimes, where something just falls out of your pocket. Or runoff, you know, somebody tosses one in the street, comes from a tipped over garbage can. So there's lots of ways that this type of stuff ultimately ends up at the beach other than people just coming to the beach and leaving it here. And again, you think enough people, enough accidents like that, over time it just adds up day by day, month by month, year by year. So I think that's a big factor too, and it's interesting to just think about the fact that I don't really know how to prevent that, but maybe just understanding that the problem is more complex than simply nefarious people alone coming to the beach and tossing their stuff is somewhat of an insight to think about. But yeah, I mean, come on, got to keep this clean. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful today. I could clean here all day. I might actually. Whew. Not bad. Ooh, that's an old one. Look at that. You know, I find myself reminding myself to slow down a bit, because when you're looking for something this small, it's not like the big bottles and cans and that sort of stuff, so you can easily overlook it. It blends in really well, especially when you have rocky beaches like this. But these reedy tide lines, you see those lines, that's different markers of different high tides basically. So a good rule as well is, if you're going out one way, walk along one tide line of reeds, and then sometimes you'll see a second one for a higher tide or a lower tide, where again all that sort of reedy like stuff gets deposited, and those are good places to check, because different types of, especially smaller plastic, get tangled up in those reeds, as I've been showing you, and that's where I found the majority of these teeth fiddles so far. So I'm going to head back, checking along one of these other sort of lines. They kind of weave a little bit inconsistently, but I'll try to stick to one so I'm not covering the same tracks twice. See, this is exactly what I mean. You see this reedy tide line? You just look in here and boom, tooth fiddle. Another one. Oof. Well, I am exhausted. That wound up being quite a longer hike than I expected. I really counted the hour of trying to pick up these fiddles from the first one I found until the last one, but I kept going to try to get more trash. And, you know, surprisingly, like I said, there wasn't a lot of this type of stuff. It's so hit or miss. I mean, I've gone out where I'm finding combs and brushes and dental hygiene, bathroom hygiene products, more than I can count coming out of my ears. And then today, there really wasn't much. There was just that half of a toothbrush and some of these. Again, I can't complain about that. Maybe there's somebody out here picking up some of these floss picks, but there was so much of this other stuff like bottle caps and even water bottles, bigger things. So no shortage of stuff still to get. So of course I'll have more videos this summer moving forward. It's good that other people are out clearly cleaning up stuff, but as I was pointing out with the tide line reeds, you're going to find plenty of stuff a little bit up from the shore still washing up over time, even during the summer. So it's good to get out here, especially as the weather gets beautiful. It really heated up today. But yeah, it was a great hike. I'm exhausted. Like I said, I think I wound up walking like 4 miles or something. Anyways, I did wind up getting a total of 7 fiddles. So I'm doing an Instagram contest actually. So congratulations to whoever won. I'll put your name up here, your Instagram name. I like to do contests sometimes. I haven't done one in a while, but I happen to have an extra trash picker. So whoever won the contest, congratulations. I will be contacting you about sending you a trash picker, because I, of course, have more than I can use. And I like to sort of share some of that, you know. I tend to get trash pickers as gifts, and just around people have extra ones that they give me. So I have no shortage of them, as I said. And anyways, yeah, I'm curious about experiences other people have found, particularly finding these floss picks. I know they're out here. I know I've heard of other people finding a lot more. So I'm curious where you find them, how many you've found, and, you know, just in general, what else along these lines of strange types of items like this one, maybe you've come across in your beach cleaning, beach combing experiences. So yeah, it's really everything I wanted to cover for today. Really just a beautiful video, I think. Morning hike, got some trash, got some sun, got a lot of steps in, and so I'm hungry now. I gotta go find something to eat and do my real day job. That's always important. So yeah, I'll be back probably some point later in the month. It's hard to do videos every week with world, life, work, personal duties, but it's easier this time of year to get out with the nice weather, certainly. In summertime, I have a little less work. Anyways, I can ramble all day about all that, but I won't. But yeah, I'll be back soon. I'm hoping to do a sunrise beach clean. I have a lot of other ideas in the works, so if you like this sort of stuff, just enjoying beautiful nature, summertime nature, of course, this time of year, I have older videos throughout the seasons, but yeah, subscribe. There should be a button down there. And, you know, share this with anybody who you think might have relevant insights. I always say that that's the best part of making these videos, hearing other people's stories. They share some of this content with others, and they get in touch with me and share what they've learned. And I've learned so much over the years through that process. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hopefully I'll be back soon with a new adventure. My car's beeping. That's the Academy Award winning signal for me to wrap it up. So thanks again. Hope you enjoyed, as I mentioned. And until next time, stay safe out there, be well, clean well, and hope to see you on the beach.